If I call your name, you will stand up. Jacqueline Kony, Angela Mwihaki, Colette Akwana. After much deliberation, the judges have felt it fit to allow you to go home. But the one thing we'd like you to take home is that you have learned a lot, and for you to come this far, you are among the top 16 in the academy. The three of you are leaders in your current capacities, but even in the House, we have felt that you guys have your strengths. Build on those strengths, because even in a country where there's the president does not work alone, Colette especially. The president does not work alone, and a lot of the advice on the reasons why a country is good enough or prospers is because of the advice that it gets from its chief advisors. I believe you have a great potential as one of the presidential advisors or leadership advisors in whichever capacity you may get. Yes, Angela, one thing I'd like you to take home is, I don't know what it will take, but I need you to open up. And that is Judge Zippy speaking, not even the academy. I need you to open up. I don't know what's holding you back, but you can remember anytime you've come to this bench, that has been the message. You need to open up, you need to let go, and you need people to see who the true Angela is. Because I believe you're a very strong leader, but there's something holding you back. Whatever it is, maybe we need time. Kony, I need you to bring your personal opinion into the leadership desk. I think you have been in office too long, and whenever you argue, you're arguing about the current practice. This is what the Constitution says. This is what it is. It is not about that sometimes. As a leader, it is about the Constitution. But why do we have courts? So that the judges can also stamp their own opinions in it, isn't it? As a leader, you have that privilege. Use it to create change. Okay? Thank you so much. And ladies, the battle is not over. We have just begun.
Transformationally, is there a change? You look across the 15 contestants. Is there a change?
I believe there's quite a great change. I think especially because now they know that we have gone to their homes. We have seen what kind of leaders they are.
Yes.
And so right now there's very little to hide. We know some truth about them. Right. So they're coming out more strongly. We are seeing more of their colors and more of their personal traits as leaders. And I think that's a beautiful thing for the show and also for them as contestants.
That's good.
Yes. We have a lot of worry. We are wondering whether at this point of the competition, do you deserve to be here? People are talking vaguely. Beautiful names, beautiful words, academic language. However, what are you doing? How can you make it better? And from today, we are going to be only 10 of us in the house. And for that reason, if I call your name, you'll stand up. Jacqueline Waweru. Gertrude Kurgat. We are sorry to say that at this point of the competition, we will have to let you go. But this far you have come and we are very proud of you. It is sad that 2 young members are leaving the house, but it is also exciting that the 2 of you have stayed this long in the house. And so we would like to encourage you to continue doing what you're doing, but now take it to another level. We will be here to support you. Thank you so much. It is not a lack of understanding. I think they are forgetting their purpose. When they came, they all had a reason why they want to be president. Then suddenly they're in top 12 and they're like, I am here now. But one thing is, from today, Jimmy,
yes,
the competition is over. The race has begun. We must get a president, and I know that we have a president in the house.
You can see her.
We will push them and we will get the president. One of them must be. Shamala, you came out ready to redeem yourself from your morning presentation. So I'll just say, continuously personalize the issues and apply them nationally. At least it is good that you now understand how you can look at the threat and not to look at an issue as a threat. Lucy Daisy, avoid cramming. When you were asked questions on the role of the president in terms of national security, it sounded so book-like. We didn't feel a touch of Lucy, you get it? We're talking about threats of having a human touch. Now threaten us with your intelligence. Let us feel your passion. Let us feel your free flow of thought when you speak, when you say things. And this also came up in your presentation. It felt like you had taken everything that you were taught yesterday and compiled it into something beautiful, and that's why it was all over the place. And that also felt the same today when you asked about the role of the president, commander-in-chief. Everybody knows that. But according to you, in few words, what could you tell us? Harun Mohammed, you are dealing with something that existed, 3 decades before you were born. It was in 1982. At this stage of your life, you have the Kesho Alliance project. You are there to help create solutions for your community. Why are you focusing more on the challenges instead of more on the solutions? Pantoren, in the morning you talked about having the warriors to work as police reserves, yeah? Right now, you've talked about the warriors being the age of 12 to 15 and others being past the age of 18. The solution should be to take them back to school so that they are very engaged in finding solutions that can work for their community, not making them police reserves. So I found that you got out of touch with our constitution. It is not okay. Not with me, and I don't think not with everybody. Up it. Shamala Immaculate, Lucy Daisy Mwangi, Harun Mohammed, and Pantoren Elizabeth. If you never called today, your lucky day. I don't know how many you'll have throughout this year. We will allow you back into the house. However, you're all on probation. You can have your seats. Yes, the group dynamics worked well, yes. But right now as individuals, people have to up their game. There's no more giving away ideas like, oh, it was so-and-so's idea. I gave this point, but they did not present it. Now it is you alone on the race. However, I feel some people are on a walking race, while we want people to be on a what? Yes, on a running race.
Yes.
Yes. Now, with the permission of my fellow judges, after much deliberation, we feel that Lucy Daisy Mwangi, we think we should let you go home. Not to rest, but to keep on inspiring other young girls to become better at their work and to become better leaders. Thank you so much. To the others who are having another chance in the academy, I need to see people flying. So choose your plane and choose your pilot very well. Thank you so much.
Zippy?
Right now you have to fight for your space. There are people who did not take the assignment seriously and they're still doing a lot of research with no application. There is a lot of research and background, but implementation of the innovation is not coming out clearly. And for that, I think we have passed that stage of trying to beg people to be able to apply things. And so, if you didn't get it right, you just go home. We move on. It was so hard that we decided to allow all of you to remain in the academy today. And we hope that next time you will prove yourselves worthy of being in the academy. Thank you. There's a difference between the law is there. Maybe if we add another rule to it, then it means we can just have to implement it. But then there are these instances where the law is already there. It's the implementation that is lacking. And so we should not say that a law is not there when it already exists. So when we're talking about a gap in the labor laws, let us be very clear about what laws are. I'll start with Irene. Sometimes as a country, to be able to make people grow and to motivate people to take up businesses so that we can also get taxed, We should think more on capacity building than punishment. Because punishment just kills businesses, it kills morals, and it also takes our economy lower and lower. Shamala, you talked about a lot of laws. You have a chance to change the nation, but you're listening more to what is written than more to the voice of your people. And you are not trusting yourself. And then this is something that we have countered over and over again. You need to put your things in point form so that you speak to us. And at this level of the competition, public speaking skills is not something that you need to be trained on. If you were to address the people who are working for you, and each time you go to them, you read everything from top to bottom, wouldn't it be cost-saving to just send them an email? What difference would it make if you sent it to them and they read it, and if you went and stood before them and put your eyes down on the paper throughout without having eye contact with them? And for that reason, Shamala, we felt that we will give you another chance in the outside world to continue learning all these aspects. But in the academy, we just want to congratulate you for coming this far. And you are a great leader. One thing that has come out, I think, even with our guest trainer today, is that, Shamala, you have a very strong character. When you stand before people, even before you speak, they know that this is a strong leader. But now what we would like you to have is to put your heart into whatever you do. Do not doubt yourself. Just pick that one point and ride on it. Okay, thank you so much. Irene Mayaka, you have another chance in the academy. You can go and take your seat. Ladies, I think so far, when I look at all the faces in the house, I see I'm his president. But you have to make yourself be that person. Let the world choose you. Thank you.
Improvement?
Yeah, there's quite some improvement. I'd say 50% of the people are very good. The other 50 are good. A lot of people are looking at implementation as a law, yet the Constitution is very clear. It gives us the rules on what guidelines to follow. But how we implement it is very discreet on who is implementing and in what industrial area. So it cannot be one uniform fits all, you know. So how does it how does it work with who and who? Because there was even one was talking about occupational safety measures. Yes. As in, we have got different aspects of occupations. What would work well for an artist as an occupation safely will not work well for an engineer or a constructor or a filmmaker for the matter. So time has become of essence, and it is becoming an issue through every episode and through every task that you're given. And we wonder why. Why can't Carol just learn to reduce 1 minute of her day, of 1 minute of her speech, and 1 minute each time? And we feel that, are we making progress? Because the other parts, you're very good. You are very eloquent. When it comes to eloquence, you're very eloquent, you're very articulate, and when you speak, we feel that you're a leader, and you understand the issues of your county very clearly. But the issue of time is what is making us feel that right now, at this point of the competition, we will allow you to go and serve the country at large. So also another thing is the group voted you the highest. You were nominated the highest to leave the academy. That one, for reasons best known to them, but for us it's an issue of time and it's not improving.
The ones who are going to leave the academy, will they walk out of here and say yes?
Anyone who has been up to the level of top 10 in this competition should be able to believe that they are great leaders. Their going home does not mean they are any weak. It means that today the other person bargained better than you did.
Oh.
Yeah. So to the three ladies sitting right in front of me, I want you to know that we are very proud of you. Today it's all about how you presented right in front of us. It has nothing to do with your past, nor your previous presentations, nor your background. It's about you are on the hotspot. How did you act or react on that hotspot? And after listening to all the three of you, as judges, we felt that Lynette Marvel, today you were the weakest link on the bench. But we're so proud of you having come this far, and we'd like to encourage you. Bogita Foundation needs to be spread out to other parts of the country. and other strategies or initiatives that you have, we want to believe that as an academy, we are in the capacity to support you in whichever way we can. Thank you. To those who are left in the academy, it will get tougher for you, just as it will get more difficult for the judges to make the decision. So fight for your space so that we get the best of the best for the ultimate title of Miss President Kenya. Thank you.
So I guess it gives you an idea then of how to break this down. Yeah.
Not really. Generally, food security is something very intimate to many Kenyans. And the other thing that I also felt that many of them did not touch on was the value addition. At a point where we know that last year we imported a lot of food for our country, yet some people are having surplus, I would have really felt good to see a lot of people looking at that in depth, but only a few of them tackled it. But generally, they have stepped up the game. Nerea Mondi, we believe that you have so much that you can be able to change and you can be able to use to mentor the youth and to become a great leader. Not just in your personal projects, but in your personal experiences and the works you do and in the networks that you have been able to create in the academy. And we would like to see how you will be able to mobilize people into the campaigns and be able to share the same ideas in a way that they will understand. We would like to give you another chance to go to the next level. Get back to the academy. Betty Adera, if there's anyone who is more passionate about Nairobi City County than you, one thing that comes out very clearly is your work with the youth and your passion with the youth. Even your personal projects and generally even in the assignments that you've been given. And we thought that's a very brilliant perspective because the youth are the future of this country. We have to find a way to be able to empower them and to make them informed of the decisions that they're making. And because of that passion and also clearly because of your oratory skills, we feel that we can give you another chance to be in the academy. Anne Waruguru Kiai. Anne, in the last 10 weeks, you have come out as a very strong character. And it was not like that when you were in the groups. You came out strongly in a way that most of us could not believe. And even for you to be able to be among the top 5 is a journey that we are so proud of. In the recent past, the one thing that we've loved most about your presentations is the way you are able to put in a personal touch into your work. Tell us a story and then tell us about the facts and be able to get into our hearts. And I think for quite a number of times you've been among the best presenters of the day. Today, I don't know what happened. Because it is only today that you have shown us that you did not get the assignment right. We will give you another chance back into the academy. Here we are with the top 5, and we know that they are the best of the best. But one thing I like about the top 5 is that they are able to bring in their personal experiences and opinions as leaders into their presentations. And I think for leadership, it's very important to keep in touch with yourself. Yes. I'll start with the order in which you talked today. Nerea, you need to control your supporters. Whatever they say is up to you because they can only follow how you lead them. So if you cannot lead them in the right way, then we cannot trust you as a president. Irene Mayaka, avoid incitement in whatever form, in whatever mildest way, avoid it. As a leader, you must strategize. And strategy means you evaluate any campaign instrument before you use it. So when you put it there and you say, I did not know that it would elicit this kind of reactions, then you did not do your research well in terms of strategy. And Nerea and Irene, we demand that you record a public statement and address your supporters, telling them how to conduct a campaign, while at the same time apologizing to your fellow contestants. We need a recorded statement. Nowadays we have videos, Facebook Live and all that. And beyond that, you can also do a written one. Umu, I think the same comment that's going for Nerea right now. You cannot have any excuse to the people, to your citizens, that I was tired, so I was not able to address you yesterday. I felt I was having some personal issues, so I was not able to read the budget. I was not able to give the state of the nation. Those are not excuses you can give people. Betty, there are no ideologies on your paper. Even when you are speaking to the youth, we are not hearing what exactly are you promising them. Yes, wewe ni mama ya vijana, unaelewa shida ya vijana. Shida ya vijana ni nini? We are not getting that clearly. Yeah. And Anne Waruguru Kiai, your ideologies, they are clear on the paper according to you. Health is one thing that people worry about in Shags. At least where most of us come from. Because right now you go to your home counties, everybody is sick. Food is not a problem. Shelter is not a problem. Clothing is not a problem. Because as a teacher, it is important to give people a chance to improve. We will allow you all back into the academy and hope we see improvement in each and every one of you. You know, the next time we meet is the public debate. I wonder what you will tell us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, to the organizers, the sponsors, the participants, the contestants, and the audience who voted and watched the show. We want to say thank you. You made this dream come true. The Miss President show gave us a great platform to see Kenyan women and the women in general share their ideas, share in their perspectives, and share in their capacity to be great leaders. And we saw that, and the audience learned. And as one of the judges, we also learned a lot. If I leave the top 5 aside, we had people who gave us hope through the academy. We had Chebitui, who was a mother, Caroline Ojenge Ogot, who was also a mother. We had Bright Star Kasioka, who was the youngest, and we also had Daisy, who also was very young, and they gave us hope. We also had Benedict Muyomi, who's also given us a lot of hope in this show. These are people of different ages. If you look at it from 60s to 20s, showing us that we can. I'd like to give you a final parting shot from Dolly Parton, our country singer of all time. She said, if your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, to do more, to learn more, and to become more, then you are a great leader. And that is what the Miss President reality TV show has done for us all. Thank you.
We're getting close. Allow me now to invite our chief guest, the Honorable Justice Joki Dongo, to come and say a few words before unveiling the winner. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali.
Your Excellencies, and the contestants who are here today, and the 70 other women who also participated in the competition. I just want to say that, you know, I was thinking when I was sitting there watching that 20 years ago, when I was a younger woman, these opportunities were not there for us. And the political space was so closed. Public office was not encouraged. But now I look here and I am convinced that the time is right now for us to take our rightful place in the corridors of power. I want to assure you that women must be in public office as of right. It is our right because we are 50% of the population, because we vote for political leadership, because we pay taxes and we need to know where our money is going and who's managing the money for us, and because we are equal to men, but we are different. And therefore, we need to be where public policy is being made. I also think, and I'm so encouraged, and I want to thank the sponsors for this academy, because I wish I had the same training. It's wonderful to see how, as we move to have more women in public office, we know that we have quality leadership, as I can see from your training that that's what you have. One of the last things I'd like to say, for the contestants, whoever will win, whoever will be following to win, because I know you will all go into public office after this, is to remember, you must leave legacy. Legacy is so important. Sometimes when you get into the corridors of power, you forget about service. Do not forget about service. Leave a legacy for other women, and please mentor other women. I know now that we're ready for a woman president. I feel it in my bones. I'm sure all of you can feel it too. Our time is now.